Yeah, that had on the English. Lazo. The Tprs, the PG, the Gelagi, no like Gelagi Musu, the Chitu, Tprs, PG, Loptutula, Giniba, Spanish Lapitu, Tangazu de Tara, Candela Pitonga, Zuinam the Janging Chora. Gela diristas, the plain rail as the Kongita and the Tprs like the Chisardenang corridor. Crown Spain meeting ya ari la shunya de do la sata Quran gi lab gitu da Spanish lab gitu Spanish na jaira tiste hola da
Already Spanish. Demi
lab tu la di lab gitu 제가 콘조기 때 게임이 비주치 있더라 지나는 게임이 비주치 그러나 술랍사디 가서다 가서기 롭트든 줄라 비랍 거라 아니 랍사디 야미 양나 인지도이나 인지데티 비데티 이따 탄다 낙방간 된디샤도 이간에 지샤 디수르 지샤 스타즈 따인다 거기 칸데티도 따오라
You're gonna respond by saying, "Oh, you're gonna practice that."
저디 니티치데
good.
Whenever I ask you a question and you know the answer, you're going to answer me in Spanish. If I ask you a question and you know the answer, you're going to answer me in Spanish because it's a Spanish story. If the answer is yes, you're going to say sí. If the answer is no, you're going to say no. If I ask you a question and you don't know the answer, you're going to yes. But you have to guess in Spanish because it's a Spanish story. But when you guess, you can also guess with English names. Like Shanghai.
Shanghai.
Yes, in English, so you can say Shanghai. Or you can guess with Beijing. Or you can guess with Nanjing. Okay, so you can guess with whatever you want. And then you'll just have to see. But when you guess, you're going to try to surprise me. If you don't surprise me, I will surprise you. Okay, so we're just going to practice this real quick in, I'll try a little bit of Chinese and then you respond. Classe means class. Ta shi nu hai. You're going to go, oh! And then I'm going to say, Ta shi nu hai ma. Then I'm going to say, Ta shi nar. Did I say that wrong? Shanghai, right, there we go. Okay, that's what you're going to do. Or Beijing or whatever. Okay, now, I need one girl be the actress. Who wants to be it?
Becky.
Becky. Okay, Becky. So you need a chair. Come up. You need to bring a chair. Okay, there's your chair. story is about Becky. Okay. Now, I'm gonna, since I don't know Chinese, when I tell you the words, I'm gonna have to tell you in English, but you can read them in Chinese too. Okay, so, there is, you know, I need the word una. I'll write over here. Una is just a. They don't even have in Chinese, do they? A girl, there is. Do they say a girl? Don't they just say there is girl?
The is.
Yeah, so una in Spanish is the word a. Okay. Clase, I says there is. Una is a. Chica is girl. Clase, I, una chica.
I una chica.
I forgot. Whenever I say there is a girl, you don't repeat, you say okay, we'll try it again. Clase, I una chica. Now in Spanish, when my voice goes up, it's a question, not a statement. Clase, I una chica. Sí. Correcto. Correcto means yes. Correcto is correct. Correcto. Correct. You don't say that, you listen, okay? I say correcto, and then you just listen to what I say. And if I say a statement, then you say, oh. Clase, I una chica. Oh. Clase, I una chica o, there's O right up there, chica o chico. Chica. Correcto. I.
Lazo tadi krangi Spanish tindejin la vidwa. Cake sumpechi tang to nirim the sumpechi tang to konza inji shingdwa dei shingdwa. Ani tezu chang manyam do pichu chigdu. Tatinde doji Tprs Kuranzo dire. Kiranzo gi nyongso kande chungso.
Sumse de pechi tana ko manga treja.
Di nang lo la.
Lap tan thì nó ngã chỗ lì lì là đuổi có lẽ. So in cái pechi tan cho chế pechi tan cho nó cái list cái mình đó, sao mà tan cho.
Ta tinga ning ji mo tong sia. Mogi kasa ama jigwa. Ama di pechi ta yarte. Di mi gembal lap gitu. Di ang chato nerish.
Rules. So I want to start out with the rules.
Di ma se shawa. Di kasi ama di nga zu des chik ta ba.
Rere.
Di ama di ta morangi zinda kapsu ta tim ro yora. Tim shi di bodok chula tishe jaitu. Di jela zinda chitu. Di chik ta ora.
Rules of the game. The way I teach using comprehensible input, it's a big game. And so people argue about using real communication during language classes, and I say, twaddle, I don't care. If you guys want to talk about real things, we will talk about real things. If you guys want to talk about how Barney the dinosaur has a love child with Britney Spears, I'm down with that. I don't care. But in any event, it is kind of a game in that I'm going to ask you a heck of a lot of questions, and they're not all going to be what you might call real-world sensible questions. Okay, but it would be great if you can answer all the questions. If I don't want everybody to answer, I will specifically hold you back and say, whoa, hold on, don't answer that, or say somebody's name or something like that. Okay? So our first rule here, I mean, we're all adults, but still, is listen. And a lot of you I know are CI teachers, so you know this already perfectly. But the way we get language in our heads is to listen to the sound coming in, do, 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 and it means nothing, right? If I have the radio on in Japan and I don't speak Japanese, I hear these sounds and they're real pretty, but they don't get me Japanese in my head. I need to catch those sounds with meaning. If I can match the sound to the meaning, then my brain will do the rest. Okay, and brains are really good at figuring this stuff out. So listening is the first step. Listen and try to understand. Okay. Second rule, 2. That means 2 words of English. So we're going to be talking about all kinds of different stuff. And I wholly encourage smartass answers for my adult classes. We don't have to worry about being school appropriate. If you feel uncomfortable, please let me know, because I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. The only rule that I'm really being hard on, at least for the time being, since I don't know you, is no politics, because it's just too hot right now. Also, we want to be able to post these things on YouTube for training, and that won't age well. So 2 words means 2 words of English if you want to suggest an answer. So if I say to you, what color was Abe Lincoln's underwear the day he went to Ford's Theater? And you want to say purple and you're not sure how to say purple yet in Chinese, feel free to say purple in English and we will stop and figure out how to say that. Or say velociraptor print, and we might decide that it's not really a big, a big priority for us to learn how to say velociraptor print. We might just say it in English, but it's all good. Because we'll be learning the basic building blocks of the language, which is what makes you proficient and fluent.
Di nanglo la ni sukan ne kunzugi di nanglo yi dan tina tenye jero. Kora rangi ten sara. Kombolop sang kora rangi ten sara. Ti sulam korangi tina tish chengush. Ani dine chudu kare kama chik dan karcha sumju ne kama trune karcha ngapchu ngapje buto ti chik. Taro chi la nila dwa. Tinda gita tim rodi di dina lo ngodo chik ta di tes chik hechim bo insara. Chezang to tangbo morangi tinda kapsu tim tangbo niba di kar do lapso. Yeah, there's that. Yeni ko. Yeni ko ya. Samlo ta di chila sa. Di niwa di.
Niba di momombo keje le jama joche. Tinune momombo le nyam de jasuna. Chonzo jama us. Machi ke tangche tele le jaja. Teo le mombo meba. Tsini. Era hola masa.
어디이나 에미넨트나 그래 칙딘데 요라다 계신 디나 혼주 페셔다 쳔다 오렌지나다 디치리 피 그게 터네다 리완에 라마토베이나 니 인지토네다 오렌지 라네 니 어쨌든 제가 줘야죠. 디 피게 터네 가르르시는 다 줘주라.
네. 땡기 에로아. 땡기 발스 게 당보 수술로 트루크란 주디르도 인지르도. 콘도 가르장. 제이 장아르도. 근데 제이 장아리샤고 루트운즈 인지라. 아니 또 제이 뭐 지와구니 딘기 랜디 싱고르다 이니 인지 제이 나오는 싱고말. 제가 찍 양나 찍니 표지치나 디기스. 제이 나오나. 딜라서라. 다기 당부 디표지 망부 단초미 떨다. 대치게.
Rule number 3, stop. And I don't know what if you want to use the over my head thing, or I use windshield wipers a lot because they're bigger. Like I said, as an autistic teacher, I don't tend to make eye contact. And that's a problem because I don't always notice when somebody's not understanding. Okay, that's why I'm not the best teacher I could possibly be. It would be better if I had that ability, but I don't. So there it is. So please use an energetic stop signal of some kind to get my attention if you don't understand me. And again, remember we have this language coming in, da 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 da. If you cannot match it with meaning understand it, you cannot acquire it. Or even worse, if you're not sure what it means, you might match it with the wrong meaning. And your brain is going to say, oh, okay, I'll take that match because it doesn't know any better. And then you'll go along your Mandarin life believing that word means something it doesn't mean, or that the sentence pattern means something different. So feel free to stop and ask. I've never had a student get upset for somebody else asking, and I am certainly not going to get upset. It just means that I'm talking too fast yet again, and I need to be reminded. Okay? Rule number 4.
Somebody kareda. Goma chena tiyo ti lai tiri dura ta tishi mangbo chi kiasa. Goma chena lamsa karo cheese. Goma sen chik duri ya chik chena thokba dosa yu na thokba digi kowa lokba lensi ore lai ja. Di tinsu gi.
4, grandma. If I were teaching middle school, high school, the grandma rule would be don't say anything my grandma doesn't want to hear. Has to be my grandma because they will claim their grandmas don't care. In adult classes, though, the grandma rule is don't let grandma fall asleep. Okay? Help me out here. So if we ask an open-ended question, give an answer. Please, please, please. I know sometimes it's hard to think of them, but try your best. If you do not give an answer, as in the Miranda Rights thing, an answer will be provided for you, and you probably won't like my answers. So yours are going to be much better. Them's
Grandma lady. Mola.
Lengya urela sa.
Lengya rojis kuch ta lengya rojis. Ani tanda konsu gemba di lopchun ze gemba chen tato rita nganzu da teslen budine andi ki ni pichi chida konsu itina. Ani len jim jaro chi la ta tinzu
the rules. Any questions
tinda gita tim ro ti ti do.
on the rules as they
Ta moi ge gande la puta. Si bien yang ge khande peji chi ta ta.
Here we go. Get that. Whoops. Okay. Guess we can do it like that. All right. Shay. 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 What am I asking you?
Who?
Yeah. Who is this?
Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington. Dway. Dway means correct. You got it right on the nose. Dway. Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington. Coup. What did I just tell you? It's a big secret. Amazing piece of information. 2 for 1. Denzel Washington. Coup. What does that mean?
A cool guy.
He's a cool guy. Denzel Washington is cool. Denzel Washington. Coup. Denzel Washington. Coup. What did I just ask you?
Is he cool?
Is he cool?
Is he cool? Perfect. Yeah, let me ask you again. Denzel Washington. Coup. 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 Sorry, French teachers. Coup. Coup. I'll ask again. Denzel Washington. Coup.
对
Coup. Yeah, coup. Denzel Washington. Coup. Yep. And everybody,
Cool.
if you feel comfortable, I hope you do, turn on your microphone loud and proud, let it out there, just say coup. Fine.
Cool.
Denzel. Coup. Shay. Coup.
Denzel Washington.
Oh, 对, Denzel Washington.
Washington.
Coup. Denzel Washington. Coup. Oh, what happened there? That's all right. 他是谁? 他是谁? Anybody know?
Steve Urkel.
Steve Urkel, 对。他叫 Steve Urkel, 对不对？他叫 Steve Urkel, 对不对？他叫什么？
他叫 Steve Urkel.
Yeah, and it's perfectly fine to just say Steve Urkel. 2 reasons. Number 1, if the words don't, I'm not picking on you, Warren. This is just something I have to say first day every time. If the words don't just tumble out of your mouth easily with no thinking at all, then don't force them out, because I don't want you guys to get tired. You know, it's no reason. You don't have to hurry. They will tumble out sooner than you think. Secondly, nobody in the real world says, you know, excuse me, could you direct me to the library? Why, yes, I can direct you to the library. No, they say, yeah, it's over there, right? We answer in short, natural ways. So don't be thinking that you need to make a full sentence to make me happy. You'll have lots of chances. Don't worry. Rewinding. 他叫 Steve Urkel. 对不对？他呢？他叫什么？
Denzel.
Denzel 对，他叫 Denzel。他叫 Steve Urkel 吗？
No.
不叫。Yeah, good. 不叫。他不叫 Steve Urkel。他叫 Denzel。他酷吗？
不
Oh, yeah, I'm with Warren. 不酷, right? 他不酷. Yeah. Steve Urkel 不酷. What does that mean? That whole sentence.
He is not cool.
Steve Urkel is not cool. 对，很好. Good. Good job. Steve Urkel 不酷, right? Denzel Washington 酷不酷?
Cool.
不
Denzel Washington 酷. Steve Urkel 酷不酷?
Buku.
不
Denzel Washington 酷，但是 Steve Urkel 不酷。
对。
对。
对。We got here. Denzel Washington 酷。Steve Urkel 也酷吗？酷。
不酷。
不酷。Steve Urkel 不酷。Denzel 酷。Yeah. Also 帅, which means good looking. 对。Sorry, I have my prejudices. They're going to come out. Yep. Yeah, Steve Urkel 不酷，但是 Denzel Washington 酷。他叫什么？他叫什么？
Superman.
Superman 对 ，Superman 也叫 Clark Kent 对不对？
对。
What did I just say to you? Superman 也叫 Clark Kent.
Is also called.
라서 다들 디 년동디 균이 전환 가르침서 렌즈 끼러나
Jawab di
Aru tek nyipsar ta jorum tere mangpo labde.
가리 망보 다들 양게 라든다 라인베
Oh, yang khu chi bola ya em.
뭐 양게
Ta chao khu.
나 가르쳤으라고. 나는 먼저 핑이 되다. 밑에 인지 되다. 인지치. 인지치 되잖다. 먼저 신기해라. 아니 양세를 냠난데 레죠. 특히 마신예지 나 먼저 가는 거 저 언제를 보라는 저이나 인지치. 이란 럽디서 봐. 또 장에 그 되봐 줘도 신기 매장 딜을 되 망을라는 가치라.
그래
인지디 요잖네 또 고추를 선부도네. 제선 여기 매나로 삼에 엔드로 소셜리스트 망부시니. 신바 여야 보다.
पेजामरा खिंदे छिक दी यांगर पिजे तां देर तो तदे चिरे दुरा अनि कसिंग अंजु सर्कलिंग लाय दिला रवा सर्कलिंग लाय दी खंडे चिरे तो
양게 셰
주와 차 만다 돈에 제드라.
좋아
아니
지워들랑 제기
sen.
혹시 해주라
레레레 ambo kare joba jikse joba dila pagbeini lotul chiwa chigo do chigo mindo ra lotul singyu na digan chiwa chigo mara di konzo ita som la ne yang na zhong zhuo ji su do tanda di nang lo Tprs na zhong ji su do zhong nang lo sik zhu re li ro ani chi lab di zamba di nang lo sik da di de mang bu chi la bo ro ani kisi lup zhu tin zu la di lup zhu kisi gyunga ya bu long su na di lup zhu di nang ge sik tin zu ya bu ha gu ma re di sik zhu ki zhom shi di ya bu ha gu ma re samba ina ta di yang ge zhong da che chi di gang la tiwa mang bu gyu re ra di gang la mo
di
di
ang
nang
la di ke ang la na zo lupchula kalore chik chu bu she ma jo che ma zu gi ang tiwa this ko da lupchu gi ang mang bu she jo che ge na
몽부시에서는 그래 걸 몽부시야.
말이기라 당안주기 칙칙 티와 야 롭주기 칙칙라랑 삼샤이다 디 마인 버제 다칙 롭주기 양기 좀 망고시에지도 칙칙도 망고스에지도 양아주기 양니 양도 티와테저라
아 야네인데 그래 티와테야.
티와 카리네 디다 디 베나 자간기 골라기 지시기에나 디 디링케랑 케랑기 칼락 아마레 케랑 칼락 가시 가리래 리라 거기 모모레 죽란체 이 모모레 레이라 디 라차와다 양 디다 제기 양 아주기 디칼로레 얘기 티와 튠뒤체 록중야 렌디망 츠두
시다 티와 요니 티와들 사클릭 레빙 해봐 요서 말아 베나가서 시에서 저 딜전을 칼라가시 가래 모모 칸이 소고레 세토 고레 드니 바ンドで 사클릭 레고레 레고 말아
circling light le ba le da ti gang tiwa damenda le ro ra ti ra
요다 디 사부 판진도 인제 세거라다 사클릭 세네 치치 뭐 단데 때나시 pomochi lagdo amati tenon chichi twa ga no lo la yongse peche ta ya tiri
칙칙 양세 비주 당내 디도 키시 칙디 nga랑 samsui chenar dara 칙칙디 롭주기 장디 돈도 테스트 롭주기 sembanala ma 죽죽고 도 삼나요 신사도 삼나요 양양게 제대로 말하시라시라 문엽두라 제가 칙이나 칙디 양양게 비주 당내 칙두 잠잖아 룩 티와타 롭주기 렌자주 양 칙두기 좀 시유나 칙두기 좀 시디 양양게 비주 당 the circling like that.
There are three ways in which AI is going to change your job forever. AI tools can now write.
Hey everyone, Martina Bex here from the Comprehensible Classroom. Today we're going to talk about circling. Circling is a communicative technique. It's a part of how you communicate with your students. In the same way that you control your rate of speech, sometimes speaking more quickly, sometimes slowing down in order to help your students understand, so do you circle. One, make a statement taught to circle. And this is how I was taught to do it. Step one, make a statement. For example, Brandon wants a dog. Step 2, ask a yes question. Does Brandon want a dog? So you're asking a question about the same statement, and it's a question to which students would answer yes. Step 3, after students respond, affirm the original statement. Yes, Brandon wants a dog. Restate the original statement. Now, pick one part of the statement and ask questions about it. For example, focus on the subject, the verb, or the object. First, we'll focus on the object. First, ask a no question. Does Brandon want a cat? A no question is a question to which the answer is no. And we know that Brandon doesn't want a cat. The original statement was that Brandon wants a dog. So asking a no question is asking a question to which the answer is no. Does Brandon want a cat? Wait for students to answer and then make a twofer. A twofer statement is where you negate the incorrect understanding and then you affirm the correct understanding. No, Brandon does not want a cat. Brandon wants a dog. Next, ask an either-or question. In this case, does Brandon want a cat or does Brandon want a dog? You don't have to use the same two variables throughout the whole thing. You could compare Brandon wanting a dog to Brandon wanting a hamster. But if you use the same two variables over and over, it's giving students repeated exposure to those two things, and it's really helpful. Then, after students respond, make another twofer. It's obvious. Brandon does not want a cat. Brandon wants a dog. Then ask a W question, a who, what, where, or when question. In this case, what does Brandon want? So that we're asking a W question that matches with the same part of the sentence that we were just working with, the object. What does Brandon want? Affirm it after students give you your answer. A dog. Brandon wants a dog. If you think we're done, we're only getting started. Now we get to circle another part of this statement. Let's focus on the subject. Does Muhwa want a dog? Start out with a no question. No.
And the more conditions are circling.
Tiwa di ju yasa. Tanda di gong la ge champa la yusumi na shi. Manzo tiwa do tina loptu la kadu andes. Arichine. Nindi do tina ya wad leda. Look, gigin di daranga la tida. What? Andes.
Tanda ti nolo la juan tso de karere. Ti kangi tiwa tida dengane sagale tiwa sonshi tangso. Te ngazo ti shira jaga ondwa. Tanda de subject brandy singe de want. Inje de want singe de rang gugu yore se. Brandy want.
Jangan lebe.
Kasa kare chet nyene ti janga ji yora. And the want do chi nge samna te want singe de rang samsa. Brandy want and the kushmil gawo yore bes. Because the object ten jawata. Shmil gawo yama ko chal gawo yore se because the tatsi te chedu shimi do min yone yote lego mara ina yanti brand want and it does not want sing te legora gotsi do ditsi te peje tan shin wesara gotsi kone thwata ditsi kone thwata and shachi maje object den jawata shawe yet di cheti kasala gawo yo mare onan dewa yo mare sing shin ora
Tanda 고tuk도 잡아먹이 이 가래 조바직스서 조바직스 조바텔 티와담다스서 티 सर्कलिंग की क्या छे तुरेशरा ता जेल मिक्स करने खंडे खंडे दुई लाए ती जे माली तो तंदा ते गेला सुंग नंग शिरे धरा माजो गीता छातिगला अनि खरे does not want ला tenzola jik mix कर यो दोस्त आछि दुती नाम ता दे
No, Muhwa doesn't want a dog. Brandon wants a dog. Does Muhwa
Sata dena ma chikuchi barta. Tanda kare subject di chik chezo verb di tanda verb chik che ta circling. Di nga zo su ge klaba wera. Tade tanda di
ask a no question? Does Brandon lick a dog? Lick? Seriously? Hey, as long as the verb makes sense, it can be a little goofy. Your students will love it. No, make a twofer. No, that's absurd. Brandon does not lick a dog. Brandon wants a dog. Negate the incorrect understanding. Restate the original statement. Either or question. Does Brandon lick a dog or does Brandon want a dog? Now I'm going to make a threefer. I'm going to restate the original statement, negate the to to which my students don't already know the answer to. This is a chance for them to use their imagination. This is where we get to create something together. Why does Brandon want a dog? As you can see, circling can go on forever. It is repetitive, it is cumbersome, it is boring. So why am I making this video? As I was taught, the purpose of circling was to get in as many repetitions of the target structures as possible. From what we know about language acquisition, learners need repeated exposure to vocabulary and linguistic patterns in order to acquire them, and circling is very effective at providing repetitions. Lots and lots and lots of repetitions. Where circling falls short is in the area of interest. While it's repeating and repeating and repeating, your students are going to be dropping their heads to the tables because they are so bored. Something else that we know about language acquisition is that the message has to be compelling enough for a learner to attend to it. If a learner isn't attending to the message, they're not going to acquire the language that it contains. Circling, like I just did, actually undermines language acquisition. The best input is so compelling that the learner forgets that the message is encoded in a foreign language. But when you circle it like that, the learner is painfully aware of the fact that the message is encoded in a foreign language and it's driving them insane.
There are two kinds of employees that you see. One hired from big institutions like IIM, IIT.
Can I let you in on a little secret? The purpose of circling is not to repeat the words that you're using as many times as possible. The purpose of circling is to help your students understand the message. The purpose of circling is to help your students understand the message. When you make a statement,
circling 기 미규 가르를 없어. 양결 안들었어. 아주 띠니라 양결 비주치오고래 라주라. 띠 가르치네라래 띠니라. 양결 비주 땅라라. 양나치기.
먼저 저는 제가 전지 요단다고 차대면 돼.
라.
제가 전지 요단세지와 된다고 차대면 돼.
제바지규.
제바지규기 좀.
circling. 제바지규.
샤바보지. 걔가 가지도 드시니 내가.
네. 다 인조 조딩아 조 양게 디 인조 동안 조 룹주디 템바낭 대치도 지치고라 미규 조디 콘조 고트에 디스웨르 도라 circling 컵소 고츠위는 양게 티와 땅고 말에 somnhập 주라
some of your students are probably going to understand it right away. Some of them might think that they understand.
두서대.
잠깐만, 이거 됐어.